Hello everyone, am I audible to you? Okay, thank you for the confirmation. So do we have in this session who is joining this workshop first time? I hope everyone joined the workshop yesterday also. Am I right? Okay, thank you for the confirmation. I hope you have completed your homework. How many people completed the yesterday homework? Where I have given you the assignment, you have to enter a 4-digit number and you have to do the sum of all digits. Have you completed that program? Okay, if you have completed that program, please do share the logic. So share the logic through the WhatsApp, even in the same chat group, share the logic. I hope everyone today has prepared the machine. Even I have shared a link in the WhatsApp group as well, how to set up the system. I hope everyone has set up the system. I'm right? Have you set up the system, everyone? Okay, someone shared the logic. Okay, you are using the substring. Can you share the logic from the yesterday program, everyone? Do share the logic from the yesterday program. How you have completed. Okay, someone is using the link. Okay, but why we need the link here? It's a very simple program. Why you are making so complicated? Even someone already used the string. That is also the complicated way to deal with it. Oh, Avan made so many variables. What about others? I want to check your logic, how you're writing it. Everyone, please do share your program through the chat. Okay, Srilata mentioned, okay, number you are taking, then sum equal to 0, tab equal to 0. Okay, I said to you, don't use the loop. Why you are using the loop? Without loop, you have to make it. You cannot make it without loop. Okay, Prizwal is making remainder, it is taking, okay, okay. Rahul is making sum equal to sum plus num modulus 2, sum plus num by 10, then modulus 10. Okay. Tarasan is writing like this way. Okay. So guys, here I appreciate you have tried from your level and try to write the things. Now let me tell you here what are the common mistake everyone has done in a very simple program. So whenever you're writing the program, don't think the program should just do its job. You have to always write the program in such a way it should be the optimized for the performance. It is optimized for the memory consumption as well. It's not the case you just writing the code. So this is a important message to everyone. Whenever you're writing the code, please note down the things which you have to keep in the mind. First thing is here, make sure you are defining the less number of variables. So try to make the less number of variables. I have seen many people has created so many variables. If the number of variables will increase, of course, each variable will take the memory. So your resource consumption will be high, means your memory consumption will be high in that case. So you have to always use the optimal memory. Even you have heard about the data structure. Data structure always talk about the memory management and performance. Your code should take less time in the execution. Of course, we are not talking about here now the better execution, because our focus is here only writing the logic. So whenever you're writing the logic, you have to use the minimum number of variable. So if I can see here, the person who made the program, second thing, first about the memory management, second thing is your logic should be simple and easy. It should not be complicated. I have seen many people has written a very complex logic. I'm not saying your program is not giving the output or your program is not right. Your answer is right. But when it is coming to deciding what is the optimal solution for the problem, or you can say what is the best solution of the problem. So I can see there is a one person who share the right example, that is Thrani. So Thrani written the things in right way. He used the less number of variable. I think you are he or she. Please don't mind if I'm not mentioning you correctly. So where you have to use the less number of variable. Let me quickly complete that logic part. Then we come to the today's session. So yesterday we did the things over here. C drive are the things. Open your code and quickly complete this one. CS day 1 folder. So the program was to digit the sum of 4-digit number. So I'm writing the things which is the right here. Guys, please don't annotate. Okay. So here, make sure whenever you're writing the program, it should be proper. First, you need to show a message, console.writeLine. I just copy the thing from the chat window. Somebody written already code so that we can quickly complete it. So please enter a 4-digit number. So make sure you are giving the proper information to the end user, what end user need to do. Then it is a variable declare sum. So ultimately, when it is coming to retrieving the each digit from a number, so you have to just divide it from the 10. And when it is coming to divide by the 10, so what will happen? You will get the last digit of that number in that case. If let's say we are dividing this 3495 by 10, what we will get? We will get here 5. So it will be here 0 plus 5 equal to 5. Now the 5 number we have to remove from the original number. How it can be done? First, get the remainder. It is a remainder I'm getting here. If someone having the confusion, we can do one more thing. Let me add a last digit variable to make the program more simple. The simple program will be like this way. If you're having the confusion, first let me extract the last digit this way. Then it will be sum plus last digit. And this logic, you need to just repeat it again and again. This is the things we have done for one digit we have done. So last digit we're getting 5. Then we did the sum. And finally, from this number, there is original number 5 we are removing here. Exactly same thing we have to write. Second, where we will get here 9 this time. Then we will get here 4 this time. Then we will get here 3 this time. And final is not required, this one. So this is the way you have to extract the each digit. And finally, number value also need to update. And here, if you're looking at, I'm using only 3 variables. For each step, I'm not defining a separate variable. If you will keep defining a separate variable for each step, it means you are using a lot of memory. That is not recommended to use. Now let me run the program. So for running the program, I'm just using here .NET run. It is asking enter a 4-digit number 3563. Okay, there is an issue with my keyboard. So what is the sum I'm getting? 6 plus 3, 9 plus 2, 11 plus 4, 15. So I'm getting the output here. So guys, here the intention of this program is to tell you don't use any extra variable. Some people might be thinking why we are making such a basic program. We are making these basic programs so that we will understand the benefit of why we should not make so many variables, why we should not use the logic which is complex to understand. Whenever you're writing the code should be simple and easy to understand so that anyone from your team can understand it. Clear to everyone? Got the logic? Yes or no? So these are very small things, but very important if you're willing to become a good developer. Because the good developer always think about in depth. He is not only caring about to solve the problem. He also caring about how to optimize that solution so that it will use the less memory. It is also simple to read. It is also take less time. 3 things you have to always keep in the mind, whatever the logic you are writing as a developer. Yeah, money here, of course, the number of lines will be reduced. But as I said yesterday, so far we have not done the loops. That's why we are not using the loop here. Okay. When we will use the loop, that time, of course, the number of line will reduce automatically. Clear to everyone? So guys, here one more time also I'm explaining the logic. So logic is simple. Let's take the example. We having this 4-digit number 3495. So now the thing is we have to extract each digit from this number. So for extracting the digit, we just dividing this number from 10. And this is a remainder. So this is a modulus operator. So this modulus operators always return us the remainder. And one more thing you have to keep in the mind whenever you are dividing a number by integer, it never give the result in decimal. It always give a integer value. Here we are using modulus. So of course in modulus also we are getting the modulus in integer, not in decimal. So that's why the remainder will be here 5. I'm getting the last digit. Then this last digit I'm going to sum along with the sum. So initial value of the sum is 0. So 0 plus 5 will be here 5 here. It will be 0 plus 5, which will make it 5 now. Then I'm dividing this number from 10. The reason behind it, this 5 digit we have used now. So this last digit we have to remove from this number. How we can remove? We can remove it by dividing it by 10. So that's why we have divided in 10, where I will get the 3, 4 and 9 this way. So now when you will divide it by 10, so remainder will be 5, and we have a denominator with 3, 4, 9. This is the way I'm getting the output here. Now the same thing you have to repeat for each digit in the next logic. I hope the things are clear. Guys, make sure your all variable type is integer. If you will mention any variable as decimal, especially the number, you start getting the result in decimal. So please don't do this one. Don't confuse with the dollar. Dollar is just a formatting where I'm putting here sum of digit. Sum of digit, I want to show here the sum. So that says sum, I just integrated into this string variable. So dollar is just a way to format the string so that inside the string we can include the number over there. I hope that things are clear to everyone. So let's move to the today topic. Already this program I have repeated 3 times, the logic as well. So the next thing we having about the conditional statement. So what happens here, whenever we are writing the program, we have to use the conditional statements. Before understanding the conditional statement, now let's understand why we needed them. So guys, here how many people here watch the Hollywood movie Matrix? Do you know about the Hollywood movie Matrix? How many people know it about it? Okay, if you don't know, not an issue. In Hollywood, there is a movie Matrix. If you will understand the Matrix, in Matrix, if you will see, they say everything in this universe can be code or can be programmed. So whatever you are doing right now, even when you will get up from the early morning in your daily routine, you have to take a lot of decision in your daily life. And based upon what are the decision you are taking, you will get the result or you will get the outcome of your task. Exactly same thing when it is coming to writing the program or we have to do something. We have to take a lot of decision, and those decisions will decide in which flow, in which blow I will be there and we will execute the things. So decision making is everywhere. Even this word is complete a program. Everywhere you will find out there is a programming. So everything you can relate, whatever the situation you're taking in your life, some people will say they are lucky enough. Sir, they are not lucky enough. Actually, he or she has taken the good decision at that moment. And based upon the decision outcome, you are saying he or she is lucky. Am I right? So condition will be there and you have to choose one of them. So when it is coming to what are the various options we having for managing the decision in the programming, so we having the if statement, we having the if else if switch statements. With the help of we take the decision while writing the code here. So when it is coming to the if statement, so if statement having a Boolean condition. Boolean condition means the output of that expression is going to be executed either true, either false. There are only two possibilities, true and false. If it is true, it will go inside the if block. If it is false, then it will exit. Means it will not execute that block. It will go to the next level. So any expression, whatever you're writing, it can be a mathematical expression, it can be anything. It should be always a true value. Then the if statement will be executed there, simply. The next thing is here, if-else statement. So many times it happens, we have to decide two options. Or you can say in the real life situation as well, we having the two options. So whenever you having the two options, either this one, then we having the if-else statement. The example is simple. Let's say today you have to take dinner. So in dinner, let's say we having the two dish. One is here, let's say rajma rice. On the second, we having the curry rice. So you have to take one dish. So option are two here, either rajma rice, either your curry rice. So if you will take the rajma rice, so of course the last one, the another one will be the curry rice by default. But if let's say there is one dish only, so you having only one choice. You don't have multiple choice in dinner. Okay. So you have to understood here, do we have such situation as we have in the real life? So many times in the real life, you having only one option. You have to either choose it or leave it. You don't have another option. So when you having two option, if else, many times we having the more than two option as well. Especially when it is coming to the a function, especially in the marriage, you have seen we having the multiple dishes. So you have to decide which dish you are willing to take over there. So depending upon which dish you are deciding, you will have the taste over it. I hope it is clear to everyone. Guys, here, don't worry. What are the things I'm teaching you here? I will give you the complete course access. The people who are really interested to learn C#, they are going to get the complete course access. Please be focused right now on learning. What are the things I'm telling you here? If you have any doubt, any query, please do ask the question. And make sure you're taking the notes. Are you taking the notes? What are the things I'm telling you? Okay, thank you. Very good if you're taking the notes. So now let's see how the decision are going to be took in the coding. So I hope the example of the dish is simple to understand for everyone. How to do it? Yes or no? I'm taking a simple example of dish so that you can relate it with the real life. I never prefer to give the example of that is a completely a textbook's example. There is a one thing I'm telling to everyone here, please take it note. Whatever the things you are learning in programming, so whatever the topic we having, the topic having a meaning. So we are talking about the decision making statements. So first you should try to understood what is the decision making statement meaning in English. So we are the Indian, we are the Bharatiya. So as an Indian, we are not good in English. We are good in Hindi, we are good in Tamil, we are good in some another language, whatever the mother tongue you having. But English is not our native language. So of course, for learning the English, we are putting the more effort there. So there is always best habit, whatever the technical topic you're going to refer, the technical topic, English word meaning, you should try first. You should get first so that you will understand the context. what is the context of that English word actually. Then you will understood it. Simple. Make sense to everyone? So for the if-else statement, I'm just going to create a new project again today. How many people are joining this session first time today? Do we have someone in this class? So we are going to create a new project today. So just open the command prompt and now let's create a new project. Have you opened the command prompt, everyone? Okay, few people are joining today. Very good. Yeah, whenever the command prompt you are opening, please open it with admin mode. So whatever the command prompt you are opening, just make sure you're opening as a administrator. So as an administrator, you have to open it. Now, wherever you have created the yesterday project, just go there. So in my case, it was code folder. I'm going into the code folder. I'm sure in your case also it is code folder. I'm right. Please go there, everyone. So today we having the final strength who actually serious to learn the C sharp. The people who just came to know within one session, I will make them C sharp expert. They already love the session. Okay. So now we having the people who are going to learn the things one by one. You can have multiple if else if statement as well. Even we going to do the nesting as well. We will do. So now let me create a new application today, .NET new. Even as we shared the code file yesterday, today also I'm sharing a code file so that you can follow the code. I'm sharing the link in the chat window. Please open this code file right now. There I will share the code. So yesterday also we have created the things. Just today, just do one thing. CS day 2. You have to mention today. So new console name of the application I'm giving here, let's say CS day 2. So this I'm creating a console application for C sharp day 2. I hope everyone has created. So I hope everyone has created the C sharp day 2 project, everyone. Now this project I'm going to open in my VS Code as well. So now open the VS Code and open that folder. So I'm going to open here C sharp day 2 folder. There we having a program.cs file here now. So today first we will create a program for if statement. So we have to write a program where we have to check whether the number is greater than 0 or not. If the number is greater than 0, just show a message number is greater than 0. If it is not, then don't show any message. Simple. So I'm just going to quickly write a program int num equal to, but before that, make sure you're giving the instruction to the user, what user need to do. So user need to enter a number. Please enter a number. Here, user will enter the number that I will read and I will assign to a variable of type num. So of course I need to do typecasting here like this way. And it will be here console.read line this way. So now there is a only one condition I'm checking. I need to check whether the number is greater than 0 or not. So I'm going to check if num greater than 0. It is 0. I will write a message console.write line number is greater than 0. Yeah. And after that, I'm just writing a simple message. Just exit the program this way. This way, we are writing a simple logic where we just taking a input from the end user, then we just checking whether the number is greater than 0 or not. And here we can run the program .NET run. It will ask for entering a number. Let's say it is -1. It is -1. It is giving me the output exit. Perfect. If I will entering greater than 0, it is giving me the thing number is greater than 0 as well as exit this way. So you can see if condition is making true, it is going inside it. Otherwise, it is simply showing the exit there. Simple. Prashant, there is a delay because it is compiling the code. That's why it is taking the time. So I hope everyone is getting the output for this simple program. I'm right. For the 0 input, we are not, of course, checking it. For 0 also, you will have exit. It is not doing anything. We don't have exit function here. Exit is just a simple string message. That's it. Nothing in that. Now, similar way, you have to create a program to check whether a number is even or odd. So this was the example for if. So this is my if example. Always remember one thing. Whenever you are making the program, always add a comments at the top level. So that whenever you are referring that program, you will get to know, okay, this program is about if statement. Now write a program to check whether a number is even or odd. Guys, please don't share the screenshot or logic over here on the public chat. If you want to share with me, please share with me on private chat. I will check your logic. Okay. Don't share it with everyone. Share the code on the private chat. I will check your logic and then I will tell you. So everyone quickly make a program to check whether a number is even or odd here. Vijay Thakur, do you have any query? Share the complete logic, complete code, not only one condition. Everyone only sharing the if condition. I need the complete program where you are asking from the user to enter a number, you are converting it to the integer, then you are writing the if statement. Please don't write anything in hurry, because when in an interview someone is asking to you write a program to check number is even or odd. So don't write in hurry. Please write it from scratch and assume your paper is a just computer. So when you're writing the code this way, so interviewer will understand, okay, you are writing everything in proper way. If he is asking only write the logic, then write only the if block section, not everything there. So very good. Many people made this program. If you want to see the logic of it, let me quickly complete the logic for it. If else, where we will have two condition number we are taking, and here let's say num modulus 2 equal to 0, then number is even. This we are writing, else number is odd. This way. This is the condition you have to write. So you have to use the modulus operator this time to check whether it's a dividing with 2 or not. So logic I'm repeating again. When it is coming to check the number is even or odd, so numbers which are divided by 2 are considered as even number, and the numbers which we cannot divide by 2 are considered as odd number. So when it is coming to, let's say, 1, 3, 5, 7, these are the odd number because we cannot divide them completely by 2. But the number 4, 6, 8, we can completely divide them by 2. So these are the even number. Make sense? Exit is not a function here. Exit is just a string here. So don't confuse. Even if you want to show the number as well, you can show like this way. So I can use dollar and you can show which number is even. If you want to properly tell to the user, you can properly tell to the user like this way. So what are the number you will enter? You are showing there also. So .NET run, I'm entering 4. So 4 number is even. This way now we are getting the output simply. Imani, make sure you are saving the code. If you will not save the code properly, you will not get it. And make sure you are running the things from the C sharp D2, you are there, okay? Why you're not typing the 45? 45 is not required. Just run it with the help of .NET Run. Neeraj, I'm not creating a separate file for it. I'm creating the same file for it. If you are creating the separate file for it, you have to change it from here. In the project file, we have to change the target program file. Right now, I'm not changing a target program file. I'm using the one, but if you are having the multiple file, from here you can change it. So that we start executing the another file as well from there. So shall we go ahead now, everyone? Solution file, you don't need to change. You have to change from the this project file. Let's say you're having a file here for, let's say, e1.cs, like this way. So what I did here, I just moving the code from here to there now. Then here you have to change the code with the main method. Because as I said yesterday, you can have only one top level statement file. You cannot have more than one top level statement file. Okay. So guys, here one more thing I want to tell you here. Sometime it happens, you are willing to keep everything inside the one project. I'm right? And you have to just keep run them. So how it can be possible? I can keep run them one by one. So in that case, you will have a C# project file. Solution file is optional file. It is not the mandatory one. Okay. But project file is mandatory one here. So in the project file, we having a one tag for a startup object. In the startup object, you can mention the class which you are willing to run as a startup project. But right now, both are the top level statements, so I cannot run it them like that way. So what you have to do here, you have to change the style as we having before. Jagai, just look at it is also the important setting. I'm just telling you right now. Let's say I'm just creating a class. It is for if program. This is my if program class. I'm writing. Now it should be a public static void main and then wrap this code. So now what happens here? This is my if program object class here. Exactly same way, I can wrap my if else code as well. If you are going to separate them. Someone asked the question, that's why I'm giving the answer here. Like this way. So it would be here if else program here. So now we having the two program file. One for if else program, another one for if program. So which one you are willing to run by default when you will run the command .NET run. First, let's complete this. I'm sharing the code through the code file so that you can use it. Just look at the code file which I shared. I'm adding the code over there. This is for even odd. Now here in the C#1, we having a setting, a for startup object setting that we have to mention. So we having here startup object setting. So which object you want to start up here? Let's say I'm going to start up here. What are the class name? It is if else program. This is the one I'm going to start first. Now run it here. .NET run. So it will run that if else one. If I will make it, let's say if program here, it will run only this if one. So it does not take the CS file name. It always take the object class name. So object class name if program. So it will be here .NET run 2. So number is greater than 0. So this is the way you can add the multiple program file, and from this project file you can decide to which you want to execute when you will run the application by default. Clear to everyone? I hope you get these things, how to run my desired program file with therefore this startup object setting from the project file. Guys, the thing is here, let me repeat the requirement. The requirement is here, think about a scenario where you are making all the 100 of program into one project. But the question is here, all the 100 programs I will not run at once. We will run them, check them one by one. So right now we having the two program. One program I made for the if here. This is the one I made for if. So it is also having public static void main method. This is the logic. Another program we having for the if else. Where also we having the public static void main and the logic here. But of course, both the programs we cannot run simultaneously. We have to run them one by one. But how this project will get to know which file you want to run as a default program file? That I'm going to setting here, startup object. So startup object will be the default program file it will take when you will run your project. Make sense to everyone? So everyone are able to run the things now depending upon the requirement. I'm right. I already explained it is not the file name. It is the class name because in my case, the class name, file name is Evanode, but my class name is If.Else program. And I'm mentioning only If.Else program. If you want to keep the thing same, just change the file name from Evanode to If.Else program. Program to if program. It's simple. Dinesh, when it is coming to running the each file separately, you have to create a separate project. Here I'm keeping both the program file inside the one project. At a time, one project can run one file. Or you can say one program file, not the multiple one. So whatever the default program file it will run, we have to mention here as a startup object to the C# file. If you're having one program file, you don't need to mention because that is going to pick up, that is going to be considered as a default program file. So runtime will be confused only whenever the runtime is finding out multiple startup point. So that time you have to decide which is the startup object. So that's why I'm mentioning my startup object should be if program class, or my startup object should be if else program class. I hope it is clear to everyone. Yes or no? So good to go ahead now. And guys, one more thing here, please do refer to our YouTube channel as well. Because on our YouTube channel, we have added so many videos about the C#, about the ASP.NET Core, about Azure, about JavaScript. Even we having so many full courses around each technology. If you're willing to learn Angular, React, Azure, .NET, JavaScript, you can refer this channel. Even we are keep posting the things over there. Updates, make sure you are writing the if program class along with a main method. Because yesterday, if you remember, I repeat one thing. We can have only one top level statement file, not the multiple. If you will try to create the multiple one, you will get such error. So that's why I have to wrap my code inside the public static void main method. In the previous case, I was just commenting out the first program, then I was coming to the next one. Make sense? Okay. So now let's move to the next program. So the next program which need to create it, you have to enter three number, and out of the three number, you have to find out the largest number. So we having the three number, out of three, you have to tell me who is the largest number. Attendance we will take in the last. Don't worry. The people who will stay till last, I will share the attendance link. I will not share the attendance link because now people started to leave. I don't know how the people are not able to learn only 1 hour. How you can sit for 9 hours completely in the office? Because IT industry is completely about sitting job. If you cannot sit my 1 hour session, of course today also I will take more than 1 hour. How can survive? Ashutosh, you cannot have multiple startup object, you can have only one. Yesterday I have not took the attendance, I will take the attendance only. Thiru Reddy, both are fine to run the C# code. But whenever you are starting the learning from scratch, suggestion is here, go ahead with the VS code. Because VS code is not having so much features as we having in Visual Studio. So at the time of learning, you should face the challenges, you should face the error, and you should learn to fix them. Because that learning, that troubleshooting will give you the more confidence in learning. Usually what happens here, people make their learning very simple and easy. Sir, until you will not face the challenges, until you will not fix the error, it is not meaning you are going to become a developer. So you need to learn to fix the bug, to face the challenges. Then only you can say, I am having a real world experience. Otherwise, it's not. I don't know where are the people are. I explained the startup object many times. A startup object intention is here to run only one program file out of more than one. So right now we having two program file. So out of two, I'm running only one whenever I'm running my code. This is the one, simple. So I hope you are making the another program. So the third program we having for if else if. Yeah. So I'm adding one more program that is about check the largest number. So it is about the largest number. It is a three numbers you have to enter and find which one is the largest one. That is if else ladder program. Yeah. Please enter first number. It is num1. Second number and third number. It is num2, num3. Now you need to write the logic here. Krishna, when it is coming to the public static void main method. So public static void main method help us to execute the program. Without main method, we cannot execute the program. In the previous case, we don't have the main method because starting from the C# 10.0, the main method actually provided by the compiler to our code. But before that, you have to explicitly write the main method. Without main method, we cannot execute the things. Exactly same thing we having in C, C++, and other languages as well. Okay. Where we don't use only if statement, you have to use if, else, if. If you will use that only if statement, what will happen? Even after getting the largest number, it will always check for the next statement. Always remember one thing, when I'm writing the logic like this way, if let's say num1 greater than num2, and I need to check, let's say num1 greater than num3. So of course, which will be the largest number? So largest number will be 1. So I can write here, let's say console dot write line, and here I can mention the largest number is which one? It is num1. Then I'm writing here for num2. So I will check num2 this time. Num2 should be greater than num1 and num3. So largest number is num2 here. Else, let's say you're writing here, largest number is num3. Am I right? So you can make the program like this way as well. If, then else. But do you know what is the issue with this program? The issue with this program is, if let's say num1 is largest one, so this statement will be executed and it is printing the message properly. Largest number is num1. But after that, it also check this condition. Of course, this condition will fail, but still it will check. But if I will mention here the else if, in this case, it never check this condition. It first check it. If it is pass, execute, then come out directly. So don't mention the multiple if statement. If you will do that one, actually you are adding more condition, and each condition the runtime will check to do it. The checkpoint should be less there simply. Sagar Keri, right now we are not talking about the time complexity and all the things. The intention is here right now about thinking to make the logic. So it is a logic building skill I'm teaching you here. Right now we are not talking about the time complexity. So time complexity will come into the picture when you will have at least some programming understanding, the logic building skill. Then you should start thinking about the which one is taking less time, which one is not. I'm right. So here you can exclude this condition because I'm already checked about num1 and num2 at the top level. This one is also will work. Okay. So don't think about the time complexity and all the things because intention is right now to think logically so that we can start writing our coding and later on we will think about to optimize it. So now the class should be, when it is coming the startup one, it should be here if else later program here. So make sure you have changed it to if else later program as I did. Then it would be here .NET run. Enter first number 3, second number 5, then 2. So largest number is 5 here. Working fine. So here in this line, I just mentioned here num2 greater than num3. I have just removed one condition because make sure whenever you are comparing the value or checking the value, so you should have the less number of checks. If you're having the less number of checks, the execution will be faster. If you keep adding the checks here unnecessarily, of course, the execution will take much time. So always try to reduce the number of checks if you are looking for a optimal solution of the problem. I hope the things are clear to everyone. I'm right. Now, final program for today we will make for switch statement. So you have to make a program to check whether a number is vowel or consonant. Write a program to check whether a character is vowel or consonant. Or I can say whether an alphabet is vowel or consonant. This is a program you have to write. Everyone quickly write it. One more thing I want to highlight here, when it is coming to taking the decision, especially whenever we having the multiple cases. So there we always prefer the switch statement because the execution of the switch statement is faster than the if else if later. The example which we are going to take here, we have to make a program to check whether the alphabet is vowel or consonant. So if you will take the scenario here, we having the limited number of vowel. And for all the vowel, we will mention the same message. Yeah. So we don't need to check for each vowel again and again because in case of a condition, the number of checks will be as the number of vowel we having. But in case of switch, we don't have such checks. We directly having the cases and directly it will go there. It will not check for each case one by one. So execution wise, the switch case will be considered the optimal solution of this program. Got it? Please write the code quickly. Akhil Soni, the difference between new C sharp and the C sharp is not much. It is the difference about the new .NET and older .NET. Because what are the things you will find out? The changes are because of new .NET. So new .NET you can run everywhere. Windows, Mac, and the Linux. You can see. We are not using the Visual Studio. Without that, we able to write the code properly. IntelliSense is working. All the things are running fine here. When it is coming to the vowel, we having the A, E, I, O, U. So these are the vowel. And consonant. What are the others? Alphabet we having, those are the consonant. Shamshad, we are not checking for the number 2 with number 1 again, because here I already checked if number 1 is greater than number 2. If it is not, of course, number 2 is greater than number 1. It is by default. Simply. So that's why that no need to check it again. So let me explain the things in this scenario. When it is coming to this example, it is the example for we having, let's say, switch program.cs. Of course, we need to start with public static void main method, and it is switch. Let's say you're taking the input from the end user. Please enter an alphabet. So this time it is a alphabet where I'm taking, let's say, a string type char. So console.read line is sufficient this time. Even when it is coming to reading a character, better to use only char, not the string, because I'm not going to read the complete line. I'm going to read only one char. This one. So one char is, let's say, ch. Console.read only you have to read. So we having two method, console.read and console.read line. So read line will read the complete line, but read will not read the complete line. It will read only first. Now here we having the two style to check it here. One is here I'm adding here if condition where I can check if ch equal to a or ch equal to e. This is without switch. I, O, you. This is the one style I'm writing here. Console dot write line. Enter alphabet is an vowel. This way. Else, let's say it is a consonant. This way. This is a one logic you are writing here. But think about a scenario. As a user, I have entered here you. Let's say as a character, I have entered the you. So what will happen? First, you will check this condition. Do we have ch equal to a? No. Ch equal to e? No. Second check, then third check, then fourth check, then fifth check. On the fifth check, I'm getting, okay, it is you. So it is vowel, not the consonant. So here I'm checking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times I'm checking, then I'm getting the output here. Do we have any way where I need to check only once and show the output quickly? So that is here we having the switch statement. So this program is also fine for the solution purpose, but if you're looking for the optimal solution, so optimal solution is here this ch switch case where I'm writing the things in case. I'm not checking the condition again and again as we are checking in case of if and else. So here we having either case A, E, I, O, U. So we have to just show the output. It is vowel here. So here, if character is A, directly it will show the output. It will not check the next case. If character is I, it will check here, then go here. So execution wise, it is faster. So that's why in such scenario, you should not use this style of checking the things. Use the case over there so that it will take less time in execution. I hope it is clear to everyone. Why the if is not preferable here, switch is preferable here. I hope guys now decision making statements are clear to everyone. Yes or no? Where to use switch, where to use if else, where to use if else if. The advantage of using the switch over the if else if, it will take less time in execution as compared to the if or if else if. Because in the if else if, you are checking the things 5 times to reach to the u. But here I'm not checking the things. I'm directly checking one time and printing the things over there. So that's why it is faster. If you will not use the break here, what will happen? First of all, there is an error in the C sharp. It will not allow to execute. In the C language, it will run, but in C sharp, it will not allow. It will ask to break. In the C language, you can skip the break, but here you cannot. So guys, there is a one more homework I'm giving to you to complete for tomorrow. You have to write a program to check whether a year is leap year or not. You have to make a program for tomorrow for leap year. Check whether a year is leap year or not. So who is the leap year? In leap year, we having the 360 days. In normal year, we having the 365 days here. This is the way we having. So guys, today's session I'm going to now wrap here. I hope you enjoyed the today class as well. I'm right. Now I'm sharing the attendance for today class. I appreciate the people who keep joining it. Even so many people having a one concern only. Share the attendance. So attendance should not be your concern. Your concern should be of learning. Intention is not here of attendance. This is the link. Just open the link. Just to mention your name, email ID, contact number, and we will understood you have joined today class. And tomorrow is the very important class because tomorrow we are going to learn the loops in the C sharp. Because loops are the very important part of a programming. So when it is coming to the logic building, when it is coming to any interview, in every interview, they ask the loops always. Even they give you the star pattern, number patterns in your programming interview as well. So see tomorrow where we will talk about the loops there. Shweta, if you having the capital vowel as well, just add case for capital also. Case capital A, case capital E, just add them also. So guys, please don't forget to mark your attendance. The people who mark the attendance only, we will issue the certificate. For others, we will not. Guys, make sure you're not writing to each other name. Just see. Whenever you are writing, there is a highlighting over there. So look at the another people are not using the same row. If you will do that one, what will happen? You will overwrite the another person name. I can see many people are doing it. Don't do this one. Everyone is just looking at on the first, second row. Just keep writing, just blow. Always start with a blank row. Don't overwrite. I'm sharing the link again. Link I have shared just right there. Your name and all the things.